One plus to working at Penn State is interacting with the many visitors to our department. It wouldn't be unusual, for example, for the director of the National Weather Service or National Hurricane Center to drop in, or various experts in climate, atmospheric chemistry, or severe weather. But I must admit, one visitor generated quite the unusual buzz when he stopped by in 2017. And that would be none other than Pennsylvania's own Punxsutawney Phil, who visited in January that year, just before making his annual appearance back home on Groundhog Day. Punxsutawney is in southern Jefferson County, about 20 miles southwest of Du Bois, and Gobbler's Knob, where Phil makes his prediction, is just outside of town. Weather World made the pilgrimage to Punxsutawney in 2016, including yours truly, Marissa Ferger, and Ben Reppert. We even got a chance to meet up with Penn State meteorology alum Jen Carfagno from the Weather Channel. Now, according to Phil's official website, he made his first forecast there in 1887, but continuous records of his predictions don't start until 1900. And since then, he's seen his shadow 104 times, which means 6 more weeks of winter, according to legend. 18 times he didn't see his shadow, which the lore says means an early spring. Now, this fun folklore aside, there is some meteorology underlying the legend of Groundhog Day. February 2nd is 40 days after Christmas, a date set aside by early Christians as Candlemas Day, when candles used for the rest of the year were blessed. In Western Europe, the date came to signify the midpoint of winter, and Germans began to look to the behavior of hibernating animals for clues as to how much longer winter would last. When some Germans settled in Pennsylvania, they turned to groundhogs to provide them with the forecast. Now, when groundhogs hibernate, their body temperature really drops to just a few degrees above the temperature of their burrow. That burrow is maybe 4 to 6 feet underground, typically below the frost line. But if the temperature there gets dangerously cold, the groundhog will wake up before its tissues freeze. Now, on average, surface temperatures bottom out in mid to late January, but temperatures at the depth of the burrow lag a few weeks behind. So the most likely time for the groundhog to be roused by the cold is sometime in early to mid-February, about the time that Phil is supposed to wake up and look for his shadow. By the way, if imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, Phil should be plenty proud. At least 30 other groundhogs, a chicken, and a porcupine now predict the weather on February 2nd. Stay tuned. Our extended forecast is next.